Welcome back to Steel Spotlight TV and Radio. Check out my public relations firm. I am back in studio, and who do I run into? An old friend, one of the gentlemen who introduced me to this setup. Now, in A&E, I have a massive show. Here, I have a growing show. And this guy is Jeff Landis.
Hey, what's up, man?
He's got Landis World Order. How long have you been doing shows in this studio?
Well, since I was 14 years old. So I've seen the evolution of Channel 10 when I first started Channel 10 to Access Fort Wayne to big, like two studios, radio. So I've pretty much seen it grow.
Right. And I think you want to give a shout out to a local employer that you might want to speak highly of. Who might that be?
My job? Copper Spoon is where I work at, too. I also am a dishwasher as well. I'm bottom of the feeding tube at that place, but when it comes down to local entertainment, people respect me and follow me. And
I think he's actually a silent partner of some of these places downtown. He's an institution. He's been written about in books, The History of Fort Wayne.
Actually, I just got the History of Fort Wayne book in my book bag as well.
All right, we're going to show that on screen here in a minute. So he's in the book, The History of Fort Wayne. He's a local legend. He's been on everybody's shows, all the news media. Me and him crashed the Fox studios here because I was on TMZ with Harvey Levin. And so, we just put out a press release. I was working with Samantha Markle, my occasional co-host. She's Meghan Markle's sister, so she's a relative to the royal family. And so he showed me a few locations on a Saturday.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I said, hey, there's Fox. He goes, let's go. He's like me. He seizes the moment and goes for it. So we went in on a Saturday. We're banging and ringing and banging and ringing. Finally, somebody comes to the door and lets us in. Well, not into the studios. He wasn't allowed on the weekend. And lo and behold, he knows Jeff.
Yeah.
So shout out to your old friend there. But I think he worked here at the studios years ago.
What's funny about him, though, is that I posted something about how people call me a local legend and stuff like that. And then, of course, I get haters as well. And he was like, yeah, you're a legend in your own mind.
Oh, was he one of the ones that said that?
Yeah.
I remember you complaining about that on social media.
I'm like,
haters are gonna hate, right? Is that
yeah,
what they say?
I'm like, no, I'm like, I don't consider myself as a legend. I just, when
Right.
people say it, I'm like, oh, wow, this is actually happening. And because,
Right.
like, I never thought I'd be in a history book.
Right. So we're kind of wired up here. We have 3 mics going. So we're going to put our mics down. I'm going to show you the setup here. Walk me on this side.
Okay.
So he's been filming here, in this studio since he's 14 years old. And you can pan the equipment here.
Yeah, and those Channel 10 days right up there is when I first started.
So he's like literally a legend here. He's now 104 years old, and he's still going strong.
I feel like it sometimes.
So I'm proud to call this man friend. He's an institution. He goes through a lot of stuff because of his show. It's a little bit quirky, but it's a great show, and everybody respects him. The door's open in this town for this man right here, Jeff Landis. Shout out also to Wesley and Wesley's TV. He's been a great help in me getting launched over here. But so my millions of fans are starting to look at his stuff, and his community fans are starting to look at my stuff, and I'm grateful for the exposure. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Jeff, for dropping in unexpectedly. Let's show your book real quick. Stop.